I've been keeping a little bit of a secret, and that is that the second product from the Slow Living Co. is finally here, and I'm going to be launching it for you guys in this video. So I am really excited. Some of you might have been around for when I first started this little side business and when I released my initial product, which was the tote bags. So I'll pop a photo here so you can see what they look like. But now I'm ready to kind of move on and start to really kind of develop the brand, which is something I'm really excited and passionate about, and a thing that I've really wanted to do because you guys seem to love the tote bags. So comment below if you ended up grabbing one of them, because I got so much beautiful feedback from so many of you who trusted me to create a product that you can integrate into part of your everyday life. So now I feel like this one is going to just be another essential item. And I guess when I kind of think about my why and my reason for wanting to create these things when there are so many other products out there, is a couple of things really. And one of them is, of course, coming from a place of a sustainable mindset. And a lot of my products include sustainable packaging, right down to the tape, the mailers, the actual products themselves. And also they are products that I just couldn't find out there. I found things that were close and they were just not quite right for what I was after. So I thought, why not customize and create my own things that have beautiful branding, but also just serve a purpose in your life. The idea of falling more into alignment with that kind of slow living came about for me during lockdown, which is around about the same time that I started this channel. And things were obviously slowing down quite a lot for many of us. And it felt like really the first time where there was that real push for some work-life balance and some time to just kind of think and reassess goals and really just kind of redefine who you are and what you value in life. And for me, my real values are how to create a beautiful and calm, cozy kind of environment, both in my mindset and also in my home and my everyday life, by integrating some really simple tools or practices that can kind of create a slow feeling, even though we live in such a fast-paced environment. That brings me to the product I'm launching to you guys today, which is a daily planner. And I'm so incredibly excited for this one because I use to-do lists every single day. I find them so helpful for not only getting organized, but also just being able to do a brain dump so that your mind can just feel a lot calmer and more at ease, knowing that you're not going to forget any important tasks. But there are also items that I've put into this daily planner which has the real feeling that I talk about, whether it be intentions and gratitudes or also just like self-care things as well. So I'm really excited to show you guys through the planner, but I thought I would talk a little bit about it first because I've been on a little bit of a journey over the past few months creating it because I just wanted it to be perfect. So I did actually think I'd kind of almost got there, and I ended up doing a whole run of the products and I got it, started using it myself, and then I ended up completely redesigning the entire thing. As you can see, it is an A5 size daily planner, and I did contemplate making it A4 as well, or having either option, but in the interest of sustainability, which I've said is a really grounding factor and value of what I'm trying to put out into the world, I just thought the less paper, the better, because even though there are tons of sustainable products and recycled paper and things that goes into what I've made, it just didn't sit right with me that like you're tearing off the page at the end of the day and throwing it in the bin. So I just thought less paper is better, and it's a very cute size that will fit into most people's diaries or just be easy to pop into your handbag as well. They're going to be $15 each, and I've popped it up on my Etsy store already, so there is a link in the description box down below where you can jump on and purchase. And I would be very excited if some of you did, because I love using mine every single day, and I think so many of you will find it so useful as well, because you know I share so many productivity tips and like organizational things and cleaning videos and all sorts of stuff on here. So this just felt like such a natural step in something that I really wanted to create that is just going to help so many people organize their days. First section is to set your intentions. And if you've ever done some journaling work or some gratitudes, or maybe you're even into the self-development kind of world and you might have read a few books which kind of cover these sort of topics, then you would be well versed in how to set an intention. So setting your intention for the day is a really beautiful way to just almost decide upon the state you're going to be bringing and putting out into the world. So for me, for example, I could put on there playful, and maybe my intention for the day is, no matter how serious things are or if anything bad happens, that my state choice and my intention for the day is just to be really playful and have a lot of fun. So this might be a really good intention if you were, for example, going on a first date, or maybe you and your partner had planned something special. Then You don't want to be taking it too seriously, or maybe if you are a little bit more like that, I'm a very structured and planned person, so I definitely need to remind myself of these things. Some other intentions could be kindness, it could be productivity. There are so many different ways that you could set this up, and if any of you are struggling with any prompts for this, please let me know and I will leave some in the comments down below so that it's far easier for you to use them. But I might do a whole other video where we like use the planner together for a day, because I think that would be a really fun vlog idea as well. So that is that section. The next section down from that is the to-do list. So I thought to leave this as open as possible, and there are a couple of check boxes there, so you can quite simply put a little tick or a cross in the box as you're using it for the day, and that's a really easy way to just pop all of your tasks on there. So for me, I might say things like going to the gym, then there might be an appointment that I have. If I've got any meetings at work, I can pop them in there, or I need to do some cleaning or washing or whatever it is, I put all of my tasks for the day in the to-do list. Below that, I also created another section for notes, and I thought the notes section was really good because it's just random stuff that might pop into your head throughout the day. You could also just use it as a little scribble pad if you're on the phone and you're just drawing little random things. So I just wanted to create another little section where maybe that's like a tomorrow task and you just haven't transferred it over yet. So there's another little space there where you can organize any of those things. And then if we come to the right hand side, we've got the date, so you can simply circle the date of the week. Then you can also pop in the actual date as well, which I always think is super handy, especially if you work in some sort of office job or something where you need to know the specific date as well as the day of the week. And then underneath that is a fun little section that I've used a couple of graphics for, which is the weather and also your mood that you're feeling for the day. So I thought that was really fun to include because you never know what kind of mood you're waking up in or what the weather is like, but it's really interesting to look back on when you've used this for a few weeks and you can kind of track that as well. Now, the following section is all about habits, and this is the bit that I totally rearranged when I redid the planner, and I'm really happy with this layout now because I think it creates a real space to kind of track properly your habits. I've seen a lot of people do habit trackers in planners, but they're all left blank and I don't really know what I'm supposed to put there. So I thought that I would put my favorite things to track so that if you guys are interested in the same kind of things I am, then hopefully you'll find this really useful. So the first habit I've noted down is sleep, and there are two little things here that you can fill in. So the first one is the time, that is the time that you actually got to sleep, or you could even pre-fill this out as your intention for when you would really like to get to sleep to get the optimum amount. And then the next section is the amount, where you can simply write down the amount of sleep that you got. So I find that really useful as well, because if I'm feeling really tired and lethargic later in the day, and let's say I got 6 hours sleep, then it's a real signal to me, as well as my actual body signals, that that is not enough sleep for me to handle what I've got on for the day, and I need to be setting up an earlier bedtime, which is something I like to use the iPhone sleep app for, and I really try and set a better alarm time that's getting me my optimum amount of sleep so that I'm feeling my best. The next two sections have to do with exercise, and I didn't want to create anything too restrictive, so I've kept it very broad and open. So it simply asks you the question, have you done some exercise today, yes or no? And I think this is so important because even if it's just taking your dog out for a quick walk around the block, or if you're actually going to a class or a gym session or doing a little bit of an at-home workout, it's the perfect way to just keep yourself accountable. And even if you're having a rest day, that is all right as well, because we all need to have our rest days. You cannot physically work out 7 days a week, you would be completely destroyed. But I think it's good to just kind of be able to track that too and know whether or not you've got in a little bit of movement for the day. And the other thing below this to do with any fitness goals is steps out of 10,000. So I picked that number because it is quite often a little step challenge people can set themselves, and with some incidental exercise you can often hit that goal without even trying. So I often will go for a morning walk, and then I've already done maybe 5,000 or 6,000 steps, and by the time I then walk from home to the train and then to my office, back to the train or back home, and maybe go around the supermarket in the evening, you have well and truly hit that goal. So I think it's a really interesting one to track as well for some of those days where you might be really sitting inside, particularly now it's winter, and having a little bit of a relaxed day. So it can just kind of remind you that, hey, maybe we should go out and rug up for a little afternoon walk and get some more steps in. The next section is to be tracking your water intake. So it's got 8 little pictures of some glasses of water, and you can just kind of scribble it in to remind you to kind of keep up with that as well. So I personally have a timer water bottle that I sit on my desk, but it's also really handy to have this too, because I notice when I get really busy at work, everything else goes out the window and I totally forget to do the most basic things like drinking water and looking after myself. The next section is the meal tracker, and this can be used in a variety of different ways. So if you're working towards a particular goal, then you might associate this more with macros or calories or some sort of tracking, and that is also totally fine, because when I was doing a gym challenge, I know that I was being a lot more careful with my food because I was working towards a particular fitness goal. And when I say careful, I don't mean by quantities or amounts, I meant by the type of food that I was putting in my body, like making sure I was really getting the proper amount of servings of fruit and veg. But otherwise, you could even use this as a meal planner and kind of write out what you're thinking of making yourself for the day. So I find that really useful as well. So I'm making the most of using all the ingredients that are left in my fridge by kind of coming up with some meal ideas so that I don't have to always go out and buy new things. I might already be able to make a meal with what I've got in there. The last section on the daily planner is something that I'm a huge advocate for, and it is a self-care activity. So I think this one is so beautiful and so important that you manage to take just a small amount of time out of your day to do something kind for yourself. So whether that be a face mask, or maybe you are going for a little walk, maybe you've booked in a massage, or just doing something that you really enjoy, like catching up on an episode of your favorite TV show. Maybe you're watching one of my vlogs, like whatever it is that you're doing. I think that if you can kind of prioritize that and know that it's only going to be, let's say, a 10-minute to 1-hour activity that you just really give yourself permission to completely relax and unwind for the day, I just feel like it brings so much more enjoyment and respect for yourself into your everyday practices. Because if you're forgetting yourself and just giving so much of your energy to your workplace, to your friends, to your family, and forgetting to just have a little quiet moment for yourself, it can be really, really draining. So I wanted to include that because I just think it is so important, and I haven't actually found any planners that kind of have all of this in one place. So that is my little planner, and I hope you guys absolutely love it and maybe will want to get one for yourself. So I will talk through a couple of the other logistics of this as well. So first things first, because I'm a small business, I've only done a limited print run of these. So there's only 100 that have been printed at the moment. So I didn't want to overdo it because I want to see what the interest is like at first. So it is a very, very limited run. And if you want to get a couple of them, feel free, because I go through these like no tomorrow. So for the A5 notepad, there is 50 sheets in there. So it will last you over a month if you are someone who doesn't go ahead and scribble things out. So there's a very, very generous amount of pages in here for the price. So they are $15 each, and there is obviously shipping and handling on top of that as well. So like I said, the Etsy link is in the description box down below. And for any of your orders, I will anticipate to post them within 1 to 2 days of receiving the order. And they're all sent by standard post throughout Australia. So you can expect to have them roughly within a week of me sending it out to you, and it's all fully tracked, so you'll get all of the tracking information as well, so you can keep an eye on when your planner will be arriving. Something else I wanted to mention is the first 5 orders, as a little bit of a thank you gift to you guys for supporting me and my small business, you will receive an eco-friendly pen. So I bought these from the Eco Pen Club, and they're just little black ink pens, but I'll quickly read out to you the description because I thought they were fantastic. So each pen is 100% recyclable. They use 85% less plastic than a traditional pen. It is 100% carbon neutral production, and a tree is planted for every order. So I thought that was really nice. This is what they look like. They're kind of in like a little cardboard recycled little thing, and they all come in different colors as well. But the ink in it is just black, which is my favorite color to write in. The other thing that I wanted to show you guys is the way that I send these out. So I have purchased these compostable mailers, which are from Hero Pack, and these are, again, home compostable zero waste bags. So this is what they look like on the back, and that means that within 9 months of the bag being produced, it will start to break down. So whether you throw it in the bin or you actually do composting at home, this bag will naturally disintegrate and degrade over time, which is really, really amazing. And again, something that was really important to me in terms of like an end-to-end sustainability thing. I'm just trying to do as much as I can as a very small business to make sure I'm not just using any default plastic kind of item. In terms of how your planner will be delivered, I'm of course going to wrap it for you so that it's all safe and doesn't get damaged in the post. And I'll also pop a little bit of bubble wrap on it as well, because I know the Australia Post guys can be a little bit crazy sometimes, and I really don't want your products to arrive damaged in any way. And I'm also wrapping wrapping them in recycled brown paper instead of any fancy packaging. So I really feel like this fits with the brand, but I also hope that you guys can appreciate that it's not going to be some amazing, beautiful, colorful packaging, because in my personal opinion, I feel quite bad when I receive PR packages like that. I think they are so beautiful. It's like when you go to Mecca and buy all of your new makeup and it comes in these gorgeous boxes, and I get home and I lay it all out of my bed. But the first thing I do is take everything out of the boxes and then throw them away. So I just wanted to minimize the packaging as much as possible. The last thing that I did was I actually created some custom Slow Living Co stickers. So I am gonna pop these onto your orders as well. And this is what they look like. I just designed this up in Canva and I thought that was really beautiful. So that is it for me. I feel like I've been talking about this for ages, but I've had to keep this secret for so long. And then I felt like I was mentioning it a couple of weeks ago when I'd first done the draft, and it felt so annoying to me that I'd gone ahead and redesigned it and had to wait for them to all be printed and delivered all over again. But I'm finally ready to share these with you guys, and I hope you absolutely love them as much as I do. And yet again, if you want to purchase one, it'll all be in the description box down below. I've also got some of the tote bags left as well, so if you want me to pop that in your order together, please just let me know and you can order them together, and I just pay for the postage once. And that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and all of your support on my channel so far. It means the absolute world to me, and I seriously cannot believe that we're about to hit the 10K mark. It's been such a journey to create all of these videos and the community that we're kind of building here together. So fingers crossed I can maybe one day do a meetup and get to meet some of you guys, because I would really, really love that as well. But for now, I'm gonna head off. I've got another video to film, so I will see you then. Bye.